It was in the Philippines, a little village called Tacloban. It was in 2013. I actually have a photograph that on an early morning, as I was walking with my daughter Chenille, the sun was rising and a small fishing boat, a very small fishing boat with just a few fishermen, they were heading out that morning, and I was so fortunate. It was just one of the most incredible moments where the fishing boat lined up with the sunrise, and I took the shot, and I can remember that now forever. But what I remember now is that this was only a few days before a typhoon hit that village. The type of typhoon that only hits a place like that once every 100 years or so. It was a bad one. It devastated the area. It seems that maybe right now we're in the middle of a typhoon. It's of a different type. It's bringing difficulty that we didn't expect. It seems in some ways that it snuck up on us. Well, we saw it coming, but we didn't know it was going to be this bad. And now everything's changing. The landscape is different. We're not the first to go through something like this, and we probably won't be the last. What do we learn? Well, one of the things that I'm trying to learn is that God is in control. I was reminded of some fishermen a couple thousand years ago that were in a boat and they were in a storm and they were afraid. They were so afraid that they woke Jesus up. Well, he happened to be in the boat and he was asleep. He wasn't afraid. He was asleep. I think that kind of bugged them, that he was asleep in the storm, and they woke him up and they said, "How can you sleep when it's storming like this?" And his response was, "Well, where's your faith?" You see, Jesus doesn't get uptight in storms because he's bigger than storms. And he's bigger than the storm we're going through. And he's bigger than the difficulty you're facing. God can handle it. In that particular instance, after teaching his disciples a few things about storms and faith, he turned to the wind and the waves and he said, "Peace, be still," and they stopped. And God can handle, God can take care of, God can intervene in the storms in our lives. And so we turn to him today and we call on him, and that's my prayer. God, come into our lives and calm the storms. And for many of us, what it is, it's an internal storm that rages. It's our anxiety. It's our fear of the future. It's our fear of what are we going to do. But God's got this one. He's going to watch out for his people. That's his promise. And I'm here to tell you, God always keeps his word. He is a great God. He's worthy of our trust because he is a trustworthy God. Amen.